What is Top Gun and how do you make money from it? What is Tom Cruise's net worth, salary and career income? Stay tuned for more on the lives of rich people. Hello dear friends, Tom Cruise is an American actor and producer with an estimated fortune of $600 million. Tom Cruise has starred in dozens of major blockbusters over the past 3 decades and is now considered one of Hollywood's biggest stars. He is also one of the highest paid and richest celebrities in the world. At the time of this video, films starring Tom Cruise have earned $9.5 billion at the worldwide box office. Interestingly, however, for most of his career, none of Tom's films have grossed more than $1 billion. Until June 2022. His highest-grossing film of all time was 2018's Mission Impossible Consequences, which grossed $800 million worldwide. Tom finally reached the billion-dollar mark after the weekend of 25-26 June 2022 thanks to Best Picture Maverick. Early career. After high school, Cruise first moved to New York to become an actor. He soon moved to Los Angeles to try his hand at acting in television. In 1981, Tom made his film debut, playing a small role in the movie Endless Love. In the same year, he earned critical acclaim for his role in The Conjuring. This role also led Tom to sign a contract with the talent agency CAA. A CAA agent named Paula Wagner presented Tom's case directly to the agency's managing partner Michael Ovitz. Not only did Tom become a lifelong CAA client, in the early 1990s Tom and Paula founded a production company called Cruise Wagner Productions. Tom earned further recognition with the film The Outsiders. Success. In 1983, Tom had a starring role in the comedy drama Risky Business. Risky Business earned $64 million on a budget of $6 million and spawned a number of cultural touchstones. The film made Cruise a rising star and earned him his first Golden Globe nomination. Tom Cruise became one of the most famous actors on the planet thanks to the huge success of 1986's Best Gunman. Top Gun grossed $360 million at the worldwide box office and became the highest-grossing film of the year. The same year, he appeared alongside Paul Newman in The Color of Money. The hits Cocktail and Rain Man continued to appear, both of which were released in 1988. Rain Man won 4 Academy Awards. A year later, Cruise received his first Oscar nomination for Born on the 4th of July. It was followed by 1990's Days of Thunder, 1992's Far Away, 1992's A Few Good Men, 1993's The Firm, and 1994's Interview with the Vampire. He received a Golden Globe nomination for A Few Good Men. In 1996, Tom Cruise both starred in and produced the blockbuster movie Mission Impossible, which grossed $457 million at the worldwide box office and produced several successful sequels. That same year, Tom starred in another cultural phenomenon, Jerry Maguire, which earned $275 million on a budget of $50 million and was nominated for an Oscar for Best Actor. His film colleague Cuba Gooding Jr. won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor. Best Shooter Salary Income. As we mentioned a moment ago, Tom Cruise's salary for 1986 Top Gun, adjusted for inflation today, that's about $5,400,000. Believe it or not, $2 million was 13% of Top Gun's entire $15 million budget. While filming Top Gun Legends starring Tom Cruise failed at the box office, scaring producers Jerry Bruckheimer and Don Simpson. Fortunately, Top Gun was a hit and became the highest-grossing film of 1986 with revenues of $360 million. Fast forward 3 decades to 2018-19. After years of whispers, rumors and fan hopes, the Top Gun sequel was finally released thanks in large part to producer David Ellison, son of Larry Ellison and founder of Skydance. When David Ellison, a huge Top Gun fan since childhood and a pilot himself, founded Skydance in 2006, the first film he wanted to make was a sequel to Top Gun. When the stars finally aligned, Skydance committed 25% of the film's approximately $200 million budget. Top Gun Maverick was originally supposed to be released in mid-2020, but it had to be delayed by 2 years due to COVID. Tom is both the star and head producer of the sequel. His base salary for Top Gun Maverick was $13 million. More importantly, a producer, Tom, is entitled to 10-20% of the film's gross proceeds for first dollar. It's a deal that no other Hollywood star can secure. The first dollar is paid after cinemas, known as exhibitors, get 40% of the proceeds, but before all other studio expenses, including marketing and production. If Top Gun Maverick grosses $1 billion at the box office and Tom owns 10% of the first dollar, he will earn about $60 million. If he has 20%, he'll make about $120 million. If he has 20%, and if you include streaming sales in the future, it's quite possible that Tom will make about $200 million, which is about 100 times his original Top Gun salary. Real estate. Tom owns and has owned a number of extremely impressive properties in the US over the years. In 2013, Tom sold a 10th floor flat in the East Village of New York for $3 million. In September 2015, he sold an apartment building in the Hollywood Hills for $11.4 million. The buyer was Eva Longoria. In May 2016, Tom sold his longtime Beverly Hills estate to billionaire financier Leon Black for $40 million. He bought the house for $30.5 million in 2006 when he was still married to Katie Holmes. In the mid-1990s, when he was married to Nicole Kidman, Tom built a large mansion in Telluride, Colorado. His property in Telluride covers 320 acres. The 10,000 square foot main house has 7 bedrooms, 9 bathrooms, stables, and a private helipad. He spent years convincing the local airport to extend the runway so that larger private jets could arrive. His wish for a runway was fulfilled in 2010. In 2016, he put the house up for sale for $59 million, but ultimately failed to find a buyer. He put the house up for sale again in 2018 and again found no buyer. In March 2021, he put the house back up for sale for $39.5 million. Tom finally sold the property in May 2021 for exactly $39.5 million. Money. Exactly how much money can Tom Cruise make for Top Gun? And based on the film's current worldwide box office of $1.3 billion, what is his salary right now? Base salary. As we're about to explain, a star like Tom Cruise actually makes a lot more money from his back-end involvement than his upfront base salary. But that doesn't mean he was performing for free. Tom was paid $13 million as an advance for his work on Top Gun Maverick. First dollar gross. If you ever find yourself a movie star in Hollywood, you should remember the expression first dollar. Even so, it may not do you any good because Tom Cruise is rumored to be the last remaining talent in the world with enough clout to earn such a clause in his contract. Will Smith had such influence recently, but he brushed it off. For Top Gun Maverick, Tom Cruise is guaranteed a minimum of 10% of his first grossing dollar, and that number could eventually rise to 20% depending on performance milestones. Milestones he's almost certainly already surpassed. What is first dollar gross? In short, first dollar gross isn't just a share of profits, money after expenses have been deducted. It's a share of the film's total gross income. The only expenses deducted before the first dollar is the fees retained by distributors, also known as cinemas. Cinemas receive about 40% of the box office receipt. The first dollar gross comes before all studio production and advertising costs are deducted. As we mentioned earlier, Top Gun Maverick has earned $1.3 billion at the global box office as of this writing. After deduction 40% for distributors, that leaves $780 million. When you include its advance base salary of $13 million, it's safe to assume that Tom Cruise is currently in line to receive as minimum as $91 million. For your information, Tom earned only $2 million for his first Top Gun back in 1985. But that's not all. Once the film is released in cinemas, Maverick will have plenty of additional revenue opportunities. Everything from sales to streaming platform, on-demand purchases, Blu-ray, DVD sales, then cable shows, etc. When this happens, exhibitors don't make the usual 40% profit. If say the film makes another $300 million in additional profit from the home shows, Cruise will make another $30 million on the deal. If that happens, Tom's total salary would be $121 million. This could easily be one of the highest royalties for a single film in Hollywood story, though still less than the inflation-adjusted $194 million that Bruce Willis earned from his back-end scores for The Sixth Sense. Bear in mind that all the maths we've just done assumes that Tom's final gross first dollar percentage remains fixed at 10%. As an amusing mental experiment, imagine that Cruise's gross income will eventually rise to 20%. If that happens, Tom will earn $156 million from current worldwide gross income and $60 million from future additional sources of income. If you include his base salary of $13 million at 20% of Tom's gross income, Top Gun Maverick would theoretically be $229 million. For your information, that's enough to buy 3 Boeing F-18 Super Hornets, the same aircraft featured in Top Gun Maverick. He'll even have $20 million left over to buy gas. And in what role do you remember Tom Cruise the most?